Let's talk about it today. Today was a very calm day. You wouldn't be able to tell that they were around me. It's nothing like usual. That's how I know it's not psychosis, because I start my morning every day how I start every day. And the harassment normally starts before I even leave my apartment building. So this morning, there were no people at the front gate. I didn't have the key wording at work, and maybe it's because I started to keep a spreadsheet of their tactics and the things that their punishments, that I call them. Later on, I'll go over the spreadsheet and the columns that I made so I can track. But it started this morning around 1:35 a.m. And I have been watching another targeted individual's videos, and she was mentioning like the different things, different tactics they use. And that's what made me start to categorize mine and start to kind of tally up how many times it happened throughout the day. Because as much as I want to talk about it, it sounds crazy. But if I have a factual list with dates and times of the events that happen, it can make it a little bit more comprehensible for someone who may be going through the same thing. So let's start. 1:35 a.m. It sounds like they dropped a battery. Same thing that I believe hit my windshield and caused my windshield to crack. I took my windshield to Safelite to get it repaired. It was a tiny crack, about 1 inch large. And they have a windshield chip repair. They said that it very, very rarely ever fails. Well, lo and behold, mine failed in less than a week, and the windshield's completely cracked now. The reason I went to get the chip repair done was to prevent the full replacement of the windshield. But in true gang stalker fashion, even if the chip repair worked, I have a feeling they sent someone out there to push on it so that it actually cracked. Could be the universe just doing these things. It could be completely normal. Based on my history with gang stalking, I would like to connect it back to them. At least back to the service that Safelite offers. And they offer a national warranty, they call it, where they will apply whatever you paid for the chip repair towards the full windshield replacement. So what I think that is, it's a bait and scam, because there's other places, there's even other, I could DIY, could have fixed that crack myself with injectable resin, and I actually have it because I do nails. Now, I don't know how comparable the products are, but I could have at least given it a try if the end result was going to be having to replace my windshield anyway. So my plan now, I am going to be contacting Safelite to let them know that you guys basically bait people in promising a service that works, but you actually upsell every single service into a windshield replacement, because your method of performing your service makes the crack larger than it started out as. So when I first had watched him start to fix it, that 1 inch crack had turned into like a 3 or 5 inch crack. And by the time he was done repairing it, the crack had pretty much spread to the largest it could spread for a windshield repair versus replacement. Anyway, deal with that later. Hey, I'm going to be turning the car in, so I'm going to see what the deal is if I turn it in with the cracked windshield after I get my refund. But adding to that, one of the things that the gang stalkers do to their targeted individuals is they run their money down. So they create opportunities for them to waste their money, and then they cause a lot of damage to their belongings so that they have to constantly replace things. Like most recently, it's like a controller for my alarm. They've hacked it, put like a DDoS attack on it or whatever. So I had to actually remove it from my alarm system. Funny thing is, after removing it, it started working again, which I am not exactly sure how. I don't know if their device has embedded itself inside of my network or what happened. But I had fully removed the device and exchanged the new device for the old device, replaced the functions and everything. So now supposedly it should work right. I've had this alarm for probably 3 years now, and it's like every time they don't get what they want, every month that I don't move out, it's something new where they're trying to force me to use Wi-Fi. I think one of the ways that they collect their credits is through tagging my Wi-Fi, which is a reason I refuse to use Wi-Fi at home, anywhere really. If that's the case, I don't have the ability to connect to Wi-Fi. I don't need to. So I don't know if you are a targeted individual, but one of the things that I do that I think may benefit me, I'm not sure. I do have my home, all of my, my smart home is run, it's on 2 different networks, Ethernet and Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi stuff is only my smart home. It's very rare, almost non-existent. The chances are that I will log into my home's Wi-Fi to use the internet. I don't need to. If I have to, I put my phones and devices on airplane mode and I connect through Ethernet. And I think that once I had cleared the networks that were saved on my phone and my little iPad, the ones that I actually take outside of the house with me, it made it really hard for them to tag my network. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm still learning more about it. I did watch another video about the dark web investigators who have investigated, sites, so hits for hire on the dark web or whatever. And oh my gosh, there's a lot of sick people out there. What is the funniest thing to me is whoever put my name in there for revenge, they're not getting what they want, so they have to keep doing it. They keep on whatever this program is. I guess the people in the program keep saying every time that I talk about them, report them, list one of their names, post one of their pictures, all of that stuff keeps me in this program longer. And my response to that is they can keep me in this program for life. I've already been through it for 3 years. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore because all it is a bunch of miserable people forcing themselves to be around me, trying to steal my energy. And I know how to protect my energy now better than anything. One of my favorite things to do is to get the gang stalkers bent out of shape. So, like, example, when I go visit my mom where my brother's staying, I will bring some of the conversations that he sent me where he admits that his friends are the gang stalkers. And the last time I did that, he got in my face, got very aggressive to the point where my mom had to come in from outside. And one of the things that I know, like, throughout my life, if people are constantly saying that I am this, that's going to be the narrative for them. So while my brother is in my face, inches away from punching me, I'm telling him, hit me, very calmly, because I know I'm not in the wrong, and he knows exactly what I just showed him and why he's getting upset. And my mom comes in and says, "Margie, be quiet." Me be quiet? I'm not the one. My brother is the one. I just showed him a picture and he's the one who got all loud. So that shows you that it's not just friends, it's also family. And whether they know it or not, I know. I've never considered myself a victim. Up until I was like 35 years old, I just thought that's how life went. At 35 years old, I started realizing, like, I've lived enough life to know that this shit should not be happening every time I go to do whatever, XYZ. So once you realize, like, every male relationship I've ever had, somebody has been right there going behind my back talking to all of these men. Whether it's me, my own self-sabotage, I don't know. But I do know that my life improved dramatically when I cut off several long-time relationships. So, with that being said, I don't know how much of my current stalking is related to what happened to me in high school, but I definitely know that there's a connection. That little town of Oak Park, that's what is like 80% Jewish, the other percent is like pure white. that town has a lot of secrets. They have done this to other people before. I'm starting to think back, and now if you are a black person, know of black people, have black friends or family living in Oak Park, California, I would like to know if any of them have experienced anything similar to me, where and that's another thing. I really can't say how much of it is me versus how much of it was the people that I grew up or hung out with. But I do know that in my adult life, after I got away from these people, once I went, I'm actually passing the school that I graduated from right now, Maranello Cosmetology School. And it was that graduation I had invited all of my so-called friends to. Not a single one of them showed up. The only person who showed up was my mother. That right there should have been the biggest red flag in my life about the people that I hung out with. That was in 2012. I became a licensed cosmetologist in 2012. And I don't know how much longer after that. But I do know that it was around that time that I had friends that were getting married. My friends got married. One of my friends got married in Hawaii. And I was supposed to stay in a room with CJ Estevez, Shauna Wiley, Kirsten Edwards, who else? Tanya Calvillo, a group of these girls, right? Best friends, right? And they definitely are best friends. They all made their flight plan together, the rental car and the hotel room. They had told me that I could stay with them, but after they made their flight plan, I couldn't get on the same plane as them because I had to work and I had to leave at a different time. Once I got around to making my flight arrangement to see how I was going to get to the hotel, if I could take a shuttle or if somebody could come get me, they let me know that I was not a good friend because they're like, well, we want to start drinking when we get there. So it's like not even one person can stay sober to come and pick me up. It's okay. I could have taken a taxi. Instead, you know how God blessed me? God gave them like a Toyota Camry or something to ride around in. God gave me a Subaru Forester. I had a great time in Hawaii because I had a rental car that allowed me to go to the places that I wanted to. I was comfortable. I had all my stuff with me. The only thing that these friends did to ruin my trip was they made it so that I had to find an alternate place to sleep. And it's Hawaii. I could have slept on the beach. I would have been just fine. But they did this, and as I think back to all of the things happening now and what it's related to and whatever, this was planned. They wanted to stress me out, make it inconvenient for me. They wanted to let me know that they were not my friends, and I still didn't get it then. I kept hanging out with them after that. What else? What other instances are there? Oh, Mammoth. I used to live in Mammoth. And there's a couple of people, Shauna, who also stayed in that hotel room, who was good friends with CJ. She moved up to Mammoth after I had lived there. And after Shauna had moved to Mammoth, that's around the time nearly every single person I know in Mammoth started to disconnect from me, disassociate with me. So I really don't know what conversations were going on, but it does seem a tiny bit like maybe Shauna was telling people in Mammoth not to be my friend. I do know very suddenly a girl I have been friends with, Amber, turned against me. And people had made it seem like I'm inconsiderate or I'm not a friend, and then I think back to all the times that people let me know that they were not my friend, and I have no you can't make me feel a type of way, because the whole time you're trying to tell me that I'm not a friendly person, you guys have done the most bullshit to me. So no, I'm perfectly fine. This is all really hilarious when I think back to the same group of girls who wanted to make sure that I was outcast. All my high school best friends, Kristen, constantly on Facebook will post pictures of her and everybody else who went to high school and talk about how much she loves them and how much they are her best friend. She has never not in like the last 20 years, posted photos of me claiming me as a friend. She is very much okay with trying to make sure that I know that she has a lot of other best friends and I'm not one of them. That's fine. And I've experienced that desire to make you feel left out through another person that I played roller derby with, where it was a group of girls. We all started around the same time. But for whatever reason, one of the girls liked to get the group pictures of everybody when I wasn't there. Or even if she wasn't there, she would then Photoshop herself into it to like make sure that there's a group photo of everyone without me. When I think back to all of these people, these guys are miserable because they're trying to make me become emotional or think that I am less than because they are not my friends. I don't care. And the reason it may seem now that they're doing that is because they wanted me to feel hurt. I don't want to be friends with people who want to hurt people. So them doing that just let me know what kind of people they are. If they think that they are good people, that's great. They have all their friends. Their friends can see their friends go and talk about them behind their back. That's the reason they have FOMO. That's the reason they feel like they have to keep posting pictures of all their friends, because they don't really have them. I don't have friends, I can admit that, but that's my choice. I don't have friends because the friends that I had were shitty. And I try to think, who was shitty first? Was I a shitty friend first? Were they shitty first? If it's me, it's me. Why are they still trying to hold on to me then? Why do they want to see my life be so bad if I'm such a shitty person? If I'm such a shitty person, they could just let me live my life, and knowing that I'm a shitty person, my life would be shitty. But I actually think it's quite the opposite. I think that the number of people watching me are shitty people, and they can't figure out why their lives are shitty and my life, at least from my perspective, is grand. Some of these people, like at least the ones that I used to talk to when I would have conversations with them, the reasons why I on my end stopped talking to them was because I would get phone calls whenever I'm in the middle of having a good time or just going about my business, and it would be the girl who's my best friend but doesn't want to post pictures of me calling to tell me, oh my god, I just broke up with my boyfriend, I hate him so much. Oh my god, I'm having liver failure because I'm an alcoholic. Like, my life does not have those problems, and I really don't know what to tell you. And if every time you call to talk to me, that's what the conversation is, I'm going to stop answering, because I have other things in my life to do that are not doom and gloom and sadness. And that's where you kind of start to have to realize who your friends are. On my birthday, the same group of friends, two of them, Tanya and Kristen, and I think I've already mentioned this, it's just the number of people who you would consider close, like taking little digs at you to let you down at things that you consider important. So all of this happy birthday, it was one of the last birthdays I wanted to celebrate with friends. After that, I stopped celebrating with people. I couldn't make it. They knew I worked in West Los Angeles. It was impossible, even if I left early, to get from West LA to Dukes in Malibu at 4:30 in the afternoon. They made their reservations for a time I could not make it, and we're not willing to change on my birthday. What does that tell you? Shitty people. So when I say who I think is responsible for the harassment, I think it's the people who played me close enough to set me up to do evil things to me. And I don't feel any type of way, because I know their lives are shitty. And it's not because they have kids, it's because they have kids that they don't want. That's the thing. They have kids they don't want. A lot of them, I think, had kids to stop using drugs, drinking alcohol, being party girls. I just stopped being a party girl when I stopped hanging out with them. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a liquor drink. My life, all I do is I smoke weed. So they had a dentist. I went to a dentist in the area where they all grew up, thinking, right, I grew up there too, thinking that I would get better service out there. My dumb ass should have just gone to the dentist next to my house that has very clear pictures of the work that he does, and I would have gotten exactly what I wanted for less money and no hassle. So right now what it is, there's a dentist out there that's like, she owes me $2,500. Look at what you did to me, dentist. I don't owe you shit. You should talk to your assistant and ask your assistant why they use the permanent glue on a temporary dental bridge. The bridge was supposed to come out within a week. The bridge did not come out for a full year. A full year. It's just all kinds of, so I guess now when I'm talking about their criminal service providers, they're gonna have some more damage set up for my car or my apartment or whatever. And that's how it goes. They supposedly, the more you talk about them, the more shit they destroy, which is why I'm trying to get rid of all my shit. And I've already told you, I don't care if they make me homeless, because I'm going to talk about this. And I'm going to talk about it sanely. Look, do you see my new earrings? You might not be able to see them. You want to know what they are? This is what I made when they trapped me in my prison without walls yesterday. I think it was the lady Crystal. I'm not exactly sure, but she's from San Pedro. She's the one who often uses the steam cleaner. Maybe somebody else out there knows her, has an experience with her. I have the name of all the tenants in my apartment building. It's public information. It's online. This lady's name is Crystal Harris, and she uses the steam cleaner very often. It's unnecessary. So yesterday when I was leaving my apartment, and this, I may have posted this last night just out of frustration to let you guys know what's going on. I was gonna leave to go on my bike ride, and one of the things, they don't want me to work out. They want me to be a weak ass piece of bullshit. So instead of instead of what I would have normally done, which was just force my way through the hallway, walk past them and gone out, I said, well, let's just see what happens if I do what they want me to do, right? They want me to be annoyed. So when I open my door to go on my bike ride, they're watching all my cameras, right? So they can see as I'm getting ready to go. My door has an alarm that I purposely, intentionally put up so that they can think that I'm walking out. So my door makes a little noise, and they all get ready to come meet me in the hallway. And sometimes I'll wait an hour, sometimes I'll wait 3 hours, sometimes I won't even go out the house, because I know what they're doing, and it's my best revenge that I can get. So anyways, while they're sitting there wasting their time waiting for me, they realize I'm getting ready to come out. Then they spray the hall with it's like a fart spray or something. It smells really bad, but it's only for 5 minutes. So I open my door and it's just like intense stinky spray. I wait 5 minutes, smell's gone, and the lady's still in the hallway with the steam cleaner, because her job, or her part, and this is when I started doing the list tracking of their stalker techniques. I started it because she does this every time I leave, almost every time I leave. The woman I watched yesterday said every day they're going to do an attack on you, multiple attacks. It's up to them, I guess, or whoever is running the program, which attack they do. So some days it's the stink smell, some days there will be no stink, but then I have a bunch of strangers walking up trying to talk to me and get me to say thank you. They pay me little compliments. The same comp today, like 3 people told me I love your skirt. I love whatever, the fucking skirt. Does it make it so I can't take compliments? No, I can take a compliment, I'll shake my head and I'm not gonna say thank you to people anymore, right? That's part of they don't want me to say thank you to people. I don't know, whatever the fuck the words thank you. I say it when I want to, don't say it when I don't want to. I'm not worried about it. Oh, that was the other thing. I don't know how many of you know, if you're one of the stalkers, you know that your guys are trying to brainwash me. If you're not a stalker, you may not know this, but the whole program is designed to brainwash you. They want you to forget about shit that's happened to you in the past. They want you to be fearful of talking about them. I will never fear talking about these weird beard-ass motherfuckers, sad individuals, sad lives. For anyone to pay extra attention to me, your life is sad. I take that back. Anyone who is not a targeted individual. The only reason I make these conversations is to let people know that this shit is happening. There's been people making these videos for 20 years and there's still nothing that's being done about it. More people are actively participating. Where do you think the all these school shootings are happening? Why? I can tell you exactly why. I can tell you why. What do you think? Let's talk about Celeste. Those kids that tried to blackmail David. Those kids that tried to blackmail David, I guarantee you know about this program that I'm in. So if you want to start talking to that kid who wanted to beg whoever to take the thing off because they're not supposed to know whatever, get a hold of that kid's cell phone and internet history, and you're gonna find the little route to the stalking and all the harassment that's going on. For all my friends with kids, this is exactly okay. So listen, the reason they think they're gonna get away with it is because they think I don't matter. I don't have children. I don't own a house. I don't really own anything. I don't own anything purposely because this shit's been happening my entire life, and I've decided that I don't want to have liabilities. So no children, no fucking house, no car, no nothing. I don't own anything. So it's really funny that they're gonna keep attacking me, trying to keep. I don't want to own property. Property is another thing for you guys to fuck up. I don't want to. So I don't know how successful this is gonna be for you, attacking a person who has already accepted being homeless because they are on an energy level that you guys cannot even fuck with. What can you do? Once you make me homeless, what are you gonna do after that? You're still gonna be mad that I'm fucking happy, and you're still gonna be mad that you have kids that you gotta pay all kinds of fucking money for. That's that. I have never been a threat to you. The only time I've ever been a threat is because you guys have pushed every single one of my buttons. But I know the difference between self-defense and violence, uncalled for violence. I'm not gonna be who you want me to be, and I will let you be the one to hit me first. That's it. You guys have already hit me. You hit me so many times, and I'm still fucking here, and you're still sad and miserable. And I hate talking about sad and miserable. That's how you guys are stealing my energy. But when I think back to it, it's like the people on the bus are harassing me. What can I do to get... Oh, I do still have a car, right? But I will still ride the bus just to let you know that I don't give a fuck about you harassing me. That's how stupid you are. I could drive my car to work every day if I want to. I ride the bus because it makes more sense to me. Why would I want to add to traffic? I'm being polite, and you guys want to make me out to be an asshole? Get out your fucking cars, you lazy bitches. I'm driving right now because I was late, because I didn't want to deal with the people in the hallway. They want me to take the bus. They got the bus filled up to be stinky. Every time the stinky bus passed, I could hear them hit the wall. They're so mad I missed their stinky bus they had set up for me. This shit is crazy, yo. I can't wait for everybody to be part of this program so that it could just be over and done with. I'm having a good time still. I will always have a good time, because guess what? All the attention you're giving me is the attention that you wanted. Look at it. That's it. Because I really, it's so funny to me. This video is long for no reason, not worth a goddamn. It's just showing how I am when I am not bothered by these people. I'm just talking shit. That's all I got to talk shit about. You guys didn't even harass me today. I got a 30-minute video on all the shit that you normally do. That's why I'm making this video. Today was a strangely no harassment day. I wonder what's next. Did they decide to stop? Who's getting arrested? Is their program over? Is this What's this? Oh yeah, I gotta use my blinker now. That's one of the things they wanted to make sure they fucking got into me. All kinds of, they're like trying to set it up to make me look like I'm causing accidents and driving away from them. They want my car to get towed, which is why they were spraying shit on it. I would look around and everybody else's car is clean and my car is just filthy. Whether or not that's just like natural dirt, right? There's a lot of things that your mind starts to think when you've been bothered this long. Half the shit really has not happened, I bet. Half of it is made up in my head because of how much they press on you. Presser feet, little presser feet. I'll make these videos all day long. All right, they don't want me to post their videos. They're gonna attack me more if I post their videos. Bitch, you can kill me. I got your video on the YouTube, right? That's all that matters to me. So your little tactics for trying to make me stop taking your pictures, you should just stop harassing me.